All right, guys. So I want to talk about something that we've discussed time and again. It's pretty straightforward, and everything in your life, as I'm sure you know, really begins with your mindset. Now, we hear this all the time, but what does this really mean is the question. Well, there's one crucial thing that we should focus on today, and that is that you've got to take responsibility for it. Now, everyone seems to be talking a whole heap of everything, especially when it comes to this trading space. And the biggest conversation is whose strategy has the highest win rate? Which strategy is the best? How can I avoid losses? Am I going to be honest? Well, yeah, this is a losing mindset. And it's not hard to find someone who boasts big, showing off their trading slips, driving their new supercar, sharing highlight reels of luxury holidays. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with this. In fact, this type of motivation is kind of something that we all need to continue to reinforce, you know, so that we can keep our hope up. But if traders are adopting this mentality solely because of materialistic goals, then most are truly mistaken, because every day I speak with traders and it constantly feels like deja vu, hearing the same stories and promises. And you'll find plenty of traders saying, well, it'll all work out eventually. And this is the saddest thing to witness, because there are so many great traders out there that can achieve unbelievable results. But because the demons that they create for themselves and never face, they constantly go around in circles. And I want you to think about it for a minute. How many of you have been saying for the last 3, 5, 10 years, if I keep at it, things will fall into place? But let's be honest, that's not happening unless you're willing to do something drastically different. And the real issue isn't about whether we're in a recession or not. If you're worried about a job, electricity and gas has gone up, mortgages doubled, funded challenges are getting more expensive, I don't have time, whatever else. Arguing about all of these points is the missing point. What we should be asking ourselves is, how do I succeed in the current situation that you are in? And that is where I want us to really channel our energy today. Once you make that mental switch, that's when you set yourself up on the path of victory. So the real question is, how are the stories that you are telling yourself playing out in your head every single day? Because too many people are falling into the trap of saying, this isn't fair, it never happens for me, look at everyone else, my circumstances don't allow this and that to happen. And it gets worse and worse. These are just small fragmented stories so many traders tell themselves. And by doing this, what they're doing unconsciously is handing over their power to external circumstances. And this becomes an illness. And we could even call it the eventual death of a trader. If you're letting external forces dictate your actions, you're not setting yourself up to succeed. And I really want to keep it real. No matter how many challenges you pass or how much money you make, your past won't change. Your present will only be as good as the stories you tell yourself, and your future will remain dim if you're not prepared to shift those perspectives that sedate you into thinking that this is an impossible feat. Remember, winning, thriving in growth and income is not biased to your race, your color, your body type, your height, the color of your hair, or anything of that sort. It's your birthright. So why shouldn't this year and all the years to come be the greatest that you've ever had? Well, there are 3 key areas I need you to start embracing from today. And if you take charge of these 3 areas, I promise, and I mean I promise, this year will be monumental for you, regardless of whether you get funded and you start making 10K a month. You cannot chase money, right? You must lead and money will chase you. So never forget this. So first and foremost, you need to embrace and own your superhero identity. Every single one of you has both a superhero and a supervillain inside, whether you like it or not. Your superhero is that brave spirit that gets you through the tough times, whether it's bouncing back after losing a loved one or a friend, overcoming a breakup, starting a new business, or figuring out how to pay your college fees. Your superhero was the driving force behind every challenge that you've overcome. meaning you're not just a sad loser who can't get results or overcome the hardships you're facing in life, be it personal or in trading. The only thing that has happened at this stage of your journey is that many of you have let your superhero take a back seat, letting your supervillain rise, all in the name of self-protection against the pain you face, against the fears you've developed, against the FOMO that you have when you lay down to sleep, and the first thing that takes over your mind when you wake up. Your supervillain is that little voice in your head that whispers and urges you to stay within your comfort zone, keeping you from reaching your true potential. Now, the main role of your supervillain, well, that's to anchor you firmly into your comfort zone. It's like your fight or flight mechanism. And let me tell you this as an absolute fact, nothing exceptional, none of your dreams, none of your visions, nothing lie within that comfort zone. And that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate moments of contentment and peace, but if you can reverse engineer your life to take in heed of the warnings, be it pain, be it fear, be it feeling deflated and out, and take action at those precise moments, that is when the true victories will be won. To fully recognize your dreams, you need to push through those boundaries to be able to grow. So for you to truly grow and transform your identity, this isn't just thinking about it. It's about believing in it with every fiber of your being. You must craft this new version of yourself in your mind, heart, and soul. This version of you will not exist in the present. And let me say that again, this new version will not exist in the present as of this moment, but it must become so deeply embedded within you that it feels real, to the point that you turn around after this session and start saying every single day, I'm already a successful trader. I'm consistently earning 10, 20, 30K a month. I am the epitome of discipline in trading, and my patience is unmatched. This belief should be so intense that when others see you, they sense a change in you so profound that they think you're crazy and that you've lost it. And that is the real beauty of it. Real transformation often feels out of the ordinary to those on the outside. So I need you to become so engrossed in this new identity shift that you're unrecognizable. Not because you've lost touch with reality, but because you're so committed to this new version or vision of yourself that others might think is extreme. Become obsessed, because you watch so many other motherfuckers out there who you look up to and admire because of their confidence, but yet you know nothing that goes on behind closed doors. If you can create that for you, imagine how much this will change your physiology. You then need to let it guide you. You must strengthen it and train it every single day. And think of it like sculpting your physique. I know most of us dream of having a physique that is in shape, chiseled, ripped, and stacked. But if you don't fuel your body with the right nutrition and training, then how can you expect to achieve that sculpted look? And it's no different with your mindset and identity, guys. The sustenance and choices you feed it determine the results. So in essence, the diet of thoughts and actions you consume shapes your outcomes. So it's up to you to decide which version of yourself is going to show up in any given situation. And from what I've observed, lasting success always comes with a shift in identity. So make sure that you've got this aspect in check. The second thing that you must be doing once you have dialed in your new identity is to take extreme ownership of your aspirations, whether it's a dream, a goal, or a purpose. Name it however you like, but how much do you truly desire to achieve it is the question. You either buckle down and choose the life you want to live, or life will choose it for you. Either way, there is going to be pain. So you have to choose your hard, right? So what does it truly mean to own your dream? Well, think of your dream as a precious gift, something you'd guard, nurture, and cherish as if it were handed down directly from a divine force. Okay? Your dream often translates to kind of the lifestyle you envision for yourself. Are you yearning for the freedom of becoming the best trader to walk this planet, who is recognized for their unwavering discipline and consistency? Or maybe perhaps the luxury of owning multiple properties across the globe appeals to you? Then again, you might prefer the idea of experiencing life without being tied down to one place. Imagine having the freedom and resources to hop from one luxurious resort to another. The key here, guys, is to liberate yourself from the conventional expectations society might have for you. Take the reins of your life and really define what life means to you and how you want to live it. And when you do this, guys, when you truly align yourself with your desires and break free from the limiting beliefs that you have, something truly magical begins to unfold. So take a moment and ask yourself, is the dream you're chasing truly your own? Remember, there's no judgment here. There's no right or wrong answer. But once you've identified that dream, it's then crucial for you to embrace it fully. Own it, nourish it, and continuously give it the energy that it requires. Because I've seen people set goals for themselves, often choosing what seems like a safer option. Maybe it's because they fear disappointment. So they aim lower to avoid potential failure. But here's the thing. When you settle for a goal that doesn't ignite that fire within you, you're essentially undermining your potential. So you need to always be striving for a goal that truly excites and inspires you. Even if it might seem a little ambitious or causes you to feel a bit apprehensive, you need to constantly embrace the idea that abundance is not just a distant dream. It's your birthright. So don't hold back from getting what's yours, because if you don't, someone else who owns their dreams just that little bit more than you will take that piece of the pie. The final thing, guys, and probably one of the most paramount things or important things that you must absolutely do, and that is to embrace the grind, the sweat, and the tears that is going to be required of you to make this happen. You are going to have to commit to whatever your dream demands of you, no matter what. You're going to need to stop negotiating or seeking shortcuts and be prepared to pay the full price. Because remember, there's always a cost. It's either the manageable cost of achieving your dream now or the monumental weight of regret later on. And many people get so close to achieving their dreams, but eventually hesitate because the cost is too high, not even realizing how close they truly are. If achieving your dream means waking up early, then do it without complaining. Grab yourself a coffee, go for a run, take a cold shower. Whatever it's going to take to shake you into that flow state for the day, do it. Think about the savannah. Every morning, the gazelle has to run to avoid becoming prey. But similarly, the lion must sprint to avoid going hungry. Whether you see yourself as the gazelle or the lion, the message is clear. Start your day with intent and urgency, guys. How you start your day is how it will end. And the productivity of your morning will dictate the productivity of your day. Complacency is not an option. You have to continuously innovate, provide value, and be proactive. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. And if you doubt anything that I'm saying, just look at the patterns in the past recession or depression. There's no true safety net here for any of us unless we are willing to create one for ourselves. Real security lies in the relentless pursuit of your dreams. So now it's time for you to take action. You need to be vigilant, constantly adjusting and adapting. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to start believing in yourself.